You're not doing the intro now? Okay, because the first thing, yeah, because the first thing I wanted to get the interview out so that I can record that for radio side, right? Okay. Uh huh. Uh huh. Undefeated record on the line, blah, blah, blah. Comes your way next. I'm okay. I don't need. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm clear, right? inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena, week number 3 of the Canadian Lacrosse League. About 7 minutes from action down on the turf. I'm Matthew Carrick, joined now by Wayne Paddock. He is the president of the Wilmot Wild Lacrosse Club, I believe, as he's brought the right apparel here this evening. I tried to wear my Mimico blue just to even things out a little bit up here, but Wayne, thanks a lot for doing this. I know you're busy, especially on game day, but I want to discuss a few things with you, Wilmot, Junior C, and some things out that way. So let's start in Wilmot.
Sure.
How are things setting up for the 2016 summer season?
For Wilmot itself, Matt, I think we're looking at another banner season. Last year we finished the season 14-0 on paper, and then with a couple of things off the floor, we ended up with a final 16-0 record. But I think this year we only lost a couple players, so overall we're looking at another strong season. Both our goalies are back. Most of our offensive guys are back, so we're quite excited to get going, and we're looking forward to the season.
Talk to me about the region of lacrosse now. We talk about the Paris area, the KW, the Waterloo area. Earlier this week, it was announced that the KW Kodiaks will now be moving to Cobourg, of course, the MSL Senior A team. How do you think that will affect lacrosse up where you guys are?
Matt, you know what? Waterloo region is one of those regions that's really thriving in lacrosse with Cambridge coming in and with Fergus, Elora just to the north of us, Guelph coming on strong still, and with Kitchener, at kind of the focal point of the Waterloo region. I really think that the Kodiaks moving to Cobourg was a good move for Kodiak. It's going to revive that association and that franchise, and hopefully they do well down there with the eastern end of the province. I don't think it's really going to hurt the Waterloo region because there is so much lacrosse, and as we've seen the last couple of years, the Kodiaks have really struggled to get local talent, to get fans out to the game. So I think it's going to be maybe a bit of a setback that there's no senior lacrosse, but I think down the road, a couple of years from now, we're going to see senior lacrosse come back to Kitchener.
And let's not forget to just put a cap on that. Cobourg, I think, still holds the CLAX attendance record. If I'm not mistaken, we went out there for our first annual road trip, I believe 2013.
I wish them all the luck, Matt. I think they're in a really good community that's sports-oriented, that they're thriving for something new and something big, and I think this could be the thing that puts them over the top. So
CLAX a couple years ago did the All-Star game up in Wilmot,
yep.
And the Cyclops are there full-time now. We talk about the Kodiaks leaving. What about the Cyclops being there, and how has that impacted either your registration or minor registration or lacrosse in general up where you guys are?
Well, I think Paris, is again another growing community that has a huge hockey history, and bringing professional or semi-professional lacrosse into Paris has definitely helped kind of in the Brantford area, and it resonates to Cambridge, which is in the southern Waterloo region. So I think bringing Southwest into the region has really helped the game grow, and we're going to see it continue to grow over the next couple years.
So people think of Junior C lacrosse and Senior B to a certain extent as well. They expect a line brawl every 5 seconds and really bad lacrosse. You're involved with both now, with Senior B coming up in Wilmot. To finish up here, for those at home who maybe haven't seen either one, what can they expect up in Wilmot when they come to a game this summer or next year when the Senior Bs come to town?
You know what, Matt? With the Junior C League, I think we've really evolved as a legitimate junior lacrosse league. And when the Senior B team comes to Kitchener in 2017, folks are being treated to NLL players, playing in the Senior B League, and top-notch Junior A graduates who are choosing to play at Senior B at home in Owen Sound, in Peterborough, in Six Nations. So the quality of lacrosse over the last 5 to 6 years has been as good as it's ever been, and we expect it to grow even more as new teams in Kitchener, come in.
Well, we thank you very much for your time. We're about to get underway here at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. Week number 3 of the Canadian Lacrosse League comes your way next as we continue on CLAX TV. It was a winless week 2 for the Ohsweken Demons. However, there's a 0 in the loss column on the season for the Durham Turfdogs. Week 3 starts now. The back half of the home and home between the Durham Turfdogs and the Ohsweken Demons comes your way next on CLAX TV from the Uruguay Lacrosse Arena. A bit of a half-hearted from the Ohsweken Demons as they travel to the General Motors Center in Oshawa. I was there to call that one alongside Steven Stamp. I am Matthew Carrick. He is elsewhere here this evening. We've got pregame festivities down on the floor as they start the smoke dance. As the Durham Turfdogs, the storyline here was the fact that the Durham Turfdogs were a bit late arriving here. Remember last week it was the Ohsweken Demons that were late arriving. However, a lot later for the Durham Turfdogs. That's why if you're on TV side, we were slightly delayed here, about 8:20, expecting our opening face-off here Eastern Standard Time. We check out our players to watch. We start on the Durham side, and we look at who else but Jesse Guerin, number 9, those long locks. There's a lot of hair to look at for Jesse Guerin, as we haven't seen Jay Priest in a while. Someone had to pick up the slack, but you can see what he's done. The reigning, I believe, most valuable player of the league, as he was in there for the Durham Turfdogs most of the season last year. It took him a while to get here, but now that he has shown up, huge for the Durham Turfdogs. Ian Martin, a President's Cup winner, 8 goals, 14 assists through his first 4 games of the season. He's picking up some of the slack that was lost by Wayne Van Every, Roger Weiss, and Travis Hill. Starting goaltenders for this matchup, we'll get a look first at Ryan Masters, who has been solid so far on this season against the lowest goals against the Durham Turfdogs as a team, with 33 so far through the first 3 games. Although the 0-1 record is sitting there for Ryan Masters. On the other side, the Ohsweken Demons will look at Jake Lazor, who has actually played some time. He had a pretty good warm-up partner, as you can see there, a youngster down on the floor here at the ILA, helping him out in pregame ceremonies. It was Chase Martin who got the start last week. But Jake Lazor gets it the other way. Dylan Goddard immediately down the floor. He cut to his wrong side before taking the shot. And Lazor's got his first save out of the way. Finally underway in week number 3. A reminder that there is another game which is live as we speak out in Paris, as the Southwest Cyclops and the Barrie Blizzard do battle here this evening. Keep you abridged of that game as we go through it. And, of course, as well as this one here, Turfdogs and Demons. And there's a turnover at center floor, as it's going to be Ashton Jacobs picking up. And he's quickly going to find Chris Atwood off the bench. Black uniforms, red, orange sleeves here for Ohsweken. They start running left to right as we watch it from our broadcast position. The green jerseys with the grayish black shoulders running right to left for the Durham Turfdogs. A nice pick from Goddard, again working to his wrong side. He looks 5-hole on Lazor, who gets the stick down there, makes the save. Near side now, Chris Atwood takes it over center. Flipped it there quickly for Chancey Johnson, who makes his return to CLAX. And we've got a substitution penalty here called by the technical official, as we'll shout out the officials here. Crew Chief Grant Spies, Mel Van Every, and the best name in semi-pro sports, Palmer Fentenhauser. I don't think that's fully what we were sent, but either way, an official out of the Elora area. We're told by Wayne Paddock beforehand that he's been out west refereeing for a little bit, but happy to have him back in the Ontario system. Power play starts up for the Turf Dogs as this one hooks out of the stick and goes way high. Stays clear of everything, as that was Cody McMahon shooting that one. It got tied up in the corner where the battle is now. Derek Hopcroft sees Wenster Green, and we've got a roughing call in behind the play. Mike Atwood makes his return to the lineup. It looked like him and Mark Vredenberg got tied up. Atwood with a new face-off twig here as well, as not sure if we'll get a look at it here. This is where the whistle was blown as Hopcroft working with Winston Green. Again, a number of guys making their return to the Canadian Lacrosse League here this evening. Effectively a 4-on-3 now, as Durham will keep the man up top. It'll be Hogarth as the safety valve. Down to the crease on the correct side this time for Goddard. Takes a shot wide. Croak comes over to play for it. Up top for Guerin behind his back. Onto the crease again, and Goddard makes it 1-0. Dylan Goddard, a fantastic start to his season. Has the power play goal, and bench, led by Roger Kreisler and Mouse Henry, wanted a much better start from their team than they got in either game last year. It looks like Josh Wasson and Jesse Guerin will pick up the assists, as Guerin, our player to watch tonight, continues his march to the top of the scoreboard. Guerin around the far side, still in the power play here. A minute 20 remaining in Mike Atwood's roughing minor, as Mike Triolo is going to come in and capture this rebound in front of Lazar. He takes another one off the shoulder. Guerin back to chase his own shot, and another save from Lazar. Pushes it into the corner. Vredenberg's there. The Demons bench banging their sticks in applause, as Hopcroft down to Guerin, who's now taking the corner. Up top for Hopcroft. That one off the shin guard now of Lazar. Fresh 30 again for Durham as they continue to work the horn. Guerin in the corner. Vredenberg. Hopcroft backpedaling away from the quarterback spot. There's the shot. That one takes a funny hop in front of Mel Van Every, but he saw it all the way as it stayed out. Triolo goes hard on Ashton Jacobs now. Him and Hogarth providing the double team. Almost getting the 10 count, as now Elijah Printup has to sprint past the restraining line to beat the 5. He sets up shop in the far corner, passes off. Comes here. A diving attempt from Vaughn Harris. Oh my, Vaughn Harris shorthanded, 18 seconds. He actually got the pass well into that set. From, I believe, Elijah Printup, and you can see beats the double team, cuts underneath Triolo, and I believe, I want to say Wasson, but it may have been Mark Farthing on the double team, and it's tied 1-1. No, they're going to say Ian Martin on the assist, as the Demons have now won the face-off and they work down on the half-boards, looking to kill the Mike Atwood penalty. They do, as he's back on the floor. Under 11 to play here in the first quarter, as Atwood now shovels off to Printup, who takes the shot. And that one is just going to go wide, as Ohsweken shoots it late, picked up by the Demons as they come down. Knotted at ones here as Goddard. Oh, he took a huge hit after he dumped that one off to McMahon. And now McNulty can't hang on. Back into it as Goddard again takes the shot. Lazar way out of the cage. Oh, Goddard over the shoulder behind the back, and Lazar gets back into position. May have got a little bit of help there from Kyle Jamieson. Jamieson has it now, runs right in front of us on the near side. Gets taken hard into the glass by Goddard as they come down for Corey Thompson. Diving through Corey Thompson now. Pardon me, that's Jordan Thomas the 42 and 62 looking very similar. Pardon me. Jordan Thomas will wear 62 here tonight for the Demons. Chancey Johnson will wear 28 as they take the Wayne Van Every nameplate off that jersey, the one that he wore for a number of years here in this building. Hard collision in on the boards, and then a big chop as Hopcroft retrieves the ball. He's got the team issue black bucket here today as opposed to the white one he was sporting. Still the huge black knee wrap on the right side as Masters to the bench. We're going to get a penalty from down in the corner as Mel Van Every's got his arm up. Gearing up top. In the middle for Hogarth. Takes the shot. Triolo was rushing off the bench. Nearly got it to the rebound, but it was the Demon player first, and we'll have the whistle as the Demons will go back to the penalty box. Looks like Wayne Hill jogging his way over. Second opportunity already for the Durham Turfdogs on the power play. They've already had a 5-on-3, and that was the issue on Friday and a little bit on Saturday too, was the penalties. Off the crossbar from Guerin. That one bounced off the back of Jake Lazor, but the rebound handled by Mike Atwood. He was trying to release his man. Intercepted, though. Here's Wasson over center. Matt Croak down into the corner quickly for, I believe that's McNulty down there, as Guerin now backs away from coverage. Back for Croak, looking to McNulty on the crease, and he couldn't handle the quick stick as it bounces off the glass. 12 on the shot clock as Guerin back up top. Over the shoulder. Oh, they're working that no-look pass back for Goddard. And he shoots wide. Tom Montour handles it. Works sidestepping his way over the restraining line. Back into the corner now. He's going to shovel off for Von Harris as they come to the near corner. Hogarth stumbles as the ball comes out over the restraining line. They're going to say it was right close. Funkenhauser was there and made the call. Here's Hopcroft over for Guerin. 48 seconds remain in the power play. Here's Triolo, feeds a cutter, and the goal. Second power play marker of the game. This one's going to go to Cody McMahon. Game in Paris, 4-1 in favor of the Cyclops as they have an early lead. Again, we keep our eye on that game. Spencer Tanguay with the call of that one. On the CLAC's YouTube channel to watch that in its entirety. CanadianLacrosse.com is the website. Von Harris winning another face-off. He one-hand cradles the ball into the zone. Looked for Tom Montour, who was cutting. Couldn't find him. As now the Demons set up, working into the corner. Von Harris is there. Takes up the X position into officials' timeout territory now. The 2-1 lead for the Turfdogs as the shot comes from Kenny Aaron. Saved by Masters. Rushing over center is Patrick McRory. He takes a chop from Aaron. Stops in front of the Demons bench and now passes for Joe Wasson over on the near side. He puts the brakes on at the face-off dot as they go back over for John St. John. Wasson a wide shot with 7 to play. That one will bounce into the bench. And no officials timeout as of yet. As the Demons now bring it into the zone. Here's Mike Atwood. Over for Print Up. Down into the far corner. Looking 5-hole on Masters was the shooter. And Masters able to pick it out there. And we've got 6.5 to play. As they go near side for Wasson. Wasson into the corner where Guerin is waiting. Up top. Hopcroft on the run, pass to Triolo. Triolo taking the shot. That caught a piece of Chris Atwood's stick and sent it flying. And then Print Up handled the ball but ran back through the crease. And that will take us to the officials' timeout. 19-11 was the score in Durham, last week. A game that the Demons came back in, but they were down way too much, way too early. As we'll take a quick look here at some pretty good work being done by Jake Lazor as he found himself out of position and then over the shoulder went back to his right. And we send it now to Spencer Tanguay in Paris. 4-1, Southwest leads Barrie.
And for the Blizzard, that is Shane Scott. Long blast was saved. And now Spanger gets it up. Southwest smartly pulls it out, gives it to Dance. Dance comes in, but a better save even after he got sent to the ground. Dance trying to play defense in the offensive zone. Needs to get back. Barrie, though, really can't find a spark, and they can't find a goal as it's 4-1. Only one to show for this game so far for Barrie. There's a long blast. Crowley stands tall once again.
Back inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena, it's a 2-1 score in favor of the Durham Turfdogs. Both of those goals on the power play, one from Dylan Goddard, one from Cody McMahon. It's Matthew Carrick inside for week number 3 on the Canadian Lacrosse League schedule. Again, keeping our eye on the game in Paris, the Barrie Blizzard in Southwest. It's now 4-1 for Southwest. Spencer Tanguay with the call if you're looking for it on YouTube. Mike Miller to the restraining line after the shot the other way. CLAX TV 2 if you're looking for that one. We are on CLAX TV 1, of course, as Mike Miller tries to catch up to this. Lazor keeping the foot in the crease. Picks that away from the forechecker, and they dish off to Wayne Hill now. Montour joins the phrase. He jogs in. Ball's on the near side, though, as they go for Vaughn Harris. He does pass for Montour. Montour outside. Big body battle down there as Triolo covered his man well. Late in the shot clock, it's just passed away into the corner. As here comes Triolo up the near side. Chugging away, using those long strides, trying to pass for Eric Schewel. Triolo falls into the corner as Ashton Jacobs was there. Schewel thought he had it, but it's still on the turf. And Triolo takes a late bump after being called on the back of Montour. Less than 5 to play here in period number 1. CanadianLacrosse.com schedules, stats, standings, and scores from the Canadian Lacrosse League 2016 season. Chris Atwood, far side, blue shoes here tonight. So far he hasn't tried to rock the team issue or team colored Demons shoes. He does have the orange gloves, though, as Durham now brings it over. Rob Clofer quickly into the corner. It goes for Hogarth after a brief stop on the far side. Clofer plays this off the glass. Him and St. John collided, and it actually created a bit of a mini hidden ball routine. Trying to put it back for Schewel. Nicely to the line from St. John. So he looks to the official for the off-ball slash call, not coming. As Clofer here. Another one off the glass that he hung on to, but couldn't let one rip before the 30-second clock expired. Here comes Mike Miller through the center. A couple whacks being taken there from Clofer. Or pardon me, Patrick McRory. The 88 as opposed to the 28. Of course, 88, the former number of Derek Hopcroft. Outside shot there from Wayne Hill. Goes in. Masters sees that well and handles it off the chest. The Ohsweken Demons came into this game without scoring in the final 15 minutes and 11 seconds of their game in Barrie on Sunday. Game that they ended up losing 20-16, 36 goals in what I'm already calling his game of the year. Here's Cody McMahon trying to beat the shot clock, just rips one from outside. Lazor easily saw that, and he's going to get the counterattack started. Jacobs over center, a sidestep off the wall, and the shot coming there from Wenster Green. Gets caught up in Masters. Quick whistle, quick restart. as the Turf Dogs come in. A few whacks there from Jacobs on Hopcroft. As they find Vredenberg on the far side. Continues the cycle as it comes back here. Oh, sidearm shot from Croak. He was trying to skip it off the carpet, skipped it off the instep of Montour. Montour now hard on his man on the far side. Sure who that is. As he turns, it looks like it's McNulty now. As his shot goes wide, and this is going to go for the over and back violation. Hopcroft just jogging after the ball. Montour in full sprint. As Montour now goes the length of the floor and plays it off the backboards, but there's no one coming out the door to come and meet him. So it'll be an offensive set here just outside of 2 to play in the first quarter. Von Harris from up top, a huge rip that bounces the length of the floor after hitting the wall. It's a 2-1 score yet again for the Durham Turf Dogs. As they walk in, take a shot, shoulder save made by Lazor. To the boards is Clofer. Up top, John St. John, a bit of give and go there as he cut to the net and couldn't receive. So Clofer have to pick it out of the corner. Triolo, far side Guerin. Couple picks in front to give Guerin a passing lane. He found Hogarth, who took the shot, and Lazor wasn't sure where it is, but he covered up. And play continues. Final 90 seconds here of period number 1. About 20 minutes to 9 Eastern time. Here on the Six Nations Reserve. Of course, game delayed as the Durham Turf Dogs stuck in some traffic as Triolo, a huge swim move there. Now, bit of a shoulder fake on Wayne Hill. He's going to go straight to the cage, takes the shot, and that one goes off the boards. Goddard heads up there as he ran into the ball, passed into the corner again as it comes up for Cody McMahon. Last minute. So work for Joe Wasson. Up top for his brother Josh. In the corner for Guerin again. Behind his back looking for McMahon. It's out of his reach. Joe for Josh. Can't get the shot away. Puts the ball down and sprints back to get into a defensive position. Mike Miller. Tom Montour. Montour keeps outside. Passing there, Wenster Green. He goes for Von Harris. Ashton Jacobs is backed out of the fray. Accepts the pass there. His sidearm shot goes off. Looked like maybe the arm of Joe Wasson. As from the outside, his shot goes in. And Masters makes the save. 13 seconds to work with here for the Durham Turf Dogs. 2-1 here. Final possession. Clofer in behind the net. 3 seconds. 2 as they try the dive and contact made with Lazor. We're going to have a pile up in the crease here. Underneath everybody is Matt Croak and Hopcroft in there to play peacemaker as the score after the first period of play. 2-1 in favor of the Turf Dogs. Again, both of those goals scored on the power play. We send you to Paris. Once again, Spencer Tanguay with the call from the Syllabs Community Center.
Plays catch with Dance. Back to Dan Keene to the crease. Dance comes to the near side. Corbett just backpedaling into some safety. Across to Jordan Dance. They need a shot though. 2 on the shot clock. The blast not going to get there in time. And now a minor penalty is coming again. This time though it's the Southwest and it's the delay of game penalty. So it'll be Gage Board off, a delay of game minor against the Southwest Cyclops. And with that, it's the second look at the power play for the Barrie Blizzard. So Blizzard really need to get something going here for Barrie as Brad MacArthur sends out the power play unit. But it'll be 4 on.
So a power play for Barrie coming up. They trail 5-1 in Southwest. Trivia time here on CLAX TV1 in 2013 here at the ILA. The Durham Turfdogs lost in the playoffs to which team? Tweet us your answer. Of course, that was part of Final Four weekend here. Oh, a massive shot from Chris Atwood on Joe Wasson. I'm not sure how that wasn't a moving pick. As Wasson picks up the pieces, his brother Mike Atwood had won the faceoff. Huge shot coming off the bench there from Corey Thompson. It rings off the glass. 10 on the shot clock now as it's an interception for Joe Wasson. 3-on-2 as the Turf Dogs come out. Here's Triolo. The shot comes in, and it's wide and played into the corner here. Chancey Johnson with some big whacks on Triolo as he gets the shot away. Lazor went down low to make the save as Atwood up the floor. Him and Guerin having words as they come through. Hopcroft fell, and that released Tom Montour, who went to the cage and tied the game. First point of the game for Chris Atwood. Same story for Tom Montour as Atwood to the far side, and Hopcroft following in behind, and as we said, got caught in the carpet as he tried to catch up with the reigning transition player of the year, Tom Montour. Harris and Patrick McCrory now to the face-off dot. It's going to be Harris winning that, switching hands to get the shot away. Down low, actually switched hands twice in a matter of a step and a half. As here comes Schuel. Passes off to Goddard. He bounces hard. Looked like into Wenster Green there as they pass into the corner, does Durham. Minute and a half gone in the second quarter as that shot goes off of Mo Bissell and up into the screen. So it's going to be Matt Croak with the fresh 30. Corner for Vredenberg. Oh, in front, Hopcroft picked up the rebound, took the shot, and Printup came through. Pardon me as he stands up. It's Brett Clofer, who now heads to the bench, but credit him for standing in and taking that massive hit. Stolen away by Croak now as they were trying to spring Mo Bissell on the fast break the other way. Guerin into the corner. The cycle is on here as Goddard. He looked for Hogarth, who was in front at the net. Hogarth trying to drag it out. He can't. His teammate does, though, gets the shot, and Lazor with the save. Lazor picks it out of midair. Couldn't quite corral it. As here now comes the Demons on a 2-on-1. First save from Master. Second one now as Martin in one motion grabbed the rebound and went back over behind the back over the shoulder. Demons still have possession now as they try and spread the floor a little bit. Here's Atwood from outside the fan, takes the shot, masters the save. Harris was there, couldn't pick up the rebound though, so the Turf Dogs will run out into center. Goddard a bit of trouble picking that off the turf. Got quickly to Triolo, who now comes into the corner. Triolo passes back again. Working out of the corner, over the top is Guerin to his wrong side, giving chase is Mike Miller. This one bounces high off the back glass, nearly out of play, but John St. John and Chris Atwood come underneath, and it's going to be Atwood winning it and quickly getting to Ken Aaron as both teams make changes. Outside the crease, the bounce shot, Chancey Johnson. That's definitely his first in a couple of years. Actually, I was going to say he hasn't scored, but he did in that championship season for the Iroquois Ironmen. Had a 2-goal game, I believe. Forget who it was against, but definitely remember him going down the floor and lowering the shoulder on two separate players, knocking them flat. Chris Atwood loses the faceoff here to Patrick McGrory and then shoves him out of the way. Lazor caught in no man's land as he's way out of the crease. And it's going to be Montour winning the loose ball. Lucky there as Lazor went for a bit of a wander. Here's Corey Thompson to the crease, and in the crease was Wenster Green as the Turf Dogs start to ramp it up a little bit here. Rob Clofer doesn't have it. Where is the ball? It's in the stick of Goddard, who now passes to Clofer, who's taking up the spot as the far crease man. Did a fantastic job of cutting through a bunch of players. Again, still looking for our trivia answer. Bragging rights on the line here on a Friday night. Ohsweken. Jacobs to the far side. Ian Martin, our player to watch. Stutter step, caught on Farthing. Then, the corkscrew shot picked up in front by Printup. His second attempt couldn't get through as McNulty now does grab it. And he's going to, I thought, stop at the restraining line, but followed his pass as they got fresh legs off the bench. And his shot eventually off of Lazor up into the screening. Compared to the two games we witnessed last week involving the Demons, this is a much different story. 3-2 score with 10 minutes to play in quarter number 2. As Gearin wins the loose ball behind, and a crease violation there as Hogarth was dropped to his knees and skidded through, made contact with Lazor. And Mel Van Every called him in the crease, steals it away from Printup, though. Then another shot here. That one goes off the backboards. And another crease violation against Hogarth as he caught the back end of the crease. Lazor from his own net gets it up quickly to Chris Atwood. Atwood at the face-off circle in the offensive zone. He comes up top. The bench wanting an interference call as their man was dropped for the Turf Dogs. Shot still managed to find its way through, though. Masters with the save and the outlet pass looking for Triolo. Played off the glass as Triolo lifted it over the net. Lazor was there for the save. Here's Atwood, the sidearm shot. We've got a couple fisticuff matches over in Paris as they should be later in their game, third quarter. As again, we were a bit late started here. We're in the second quarter. Well, they are also in the second quarter, so a slight delay down there as well. Starting, we understand. Cody McMahon up top. As we get back here, 8 seconds on the shot clock. He just lifts one over the crowd, gets caught under the right arm of Lazor. Wenster Green runs up. He's going to switch to the far side, switches hands in the process, and now passes into the corner as they start the cycle. Works back to the near side for Tom Montour. Wearing the C this year, gets a step on Schewel, then dives through the crease, made contact with Masters, and Schewel looks to Grant Speece, who says no. Far side is where Montour is now. No, he's in the corner as Montour again tries the dive. And again, Schewel looks at Grant Speece. This time the crease violation was called as it was Hopcroft losing the step on Montour. Hopcroft has it now as Wayne Hill continues to pressure him after he passed it away. John St. John, a fantastic season with the Toronto Beaches this year. Gives to Triolo, a former member of the Beaches, as his shot goes off the dasher and up into the rafters. Kenny Aaron bounces it over to Printup. Up top for Atwood. Atwood for Vaughn Harris as Harris cuts through the double team and lost the ball, but picked out of midair by Atwood, and Chris Atwood got the shot away. It was saved by Masters, and here comes John St. John. Here in front of us with speed, had McNulty with him. Goes for Hogarth. Oh, what a save from Lazor, reaching back with a right hand as Hogarth stayed out of the crease that time. Here's Harris. Harris in the middle for Jordan Thomas. He rifles a hard shot off the back glass. It's a backhand shovel pass, though, from Hogarth up for Vredenberg. 2-on-2. Vredenberg and Guerin. As Guerin's going to hang on right on top of the Village Pizza and Wings logo here at the ILA. Goddard comes off the bench to accept the pass as there's 6.5 to play in period number 2. Officials timeout territory with a pretty good stretch of play here as Wayne Hill comes off the bench, gives for Ian Martin. His corkscrew shot finds a bit of the pipe, a bit of the arm of Masters, and it's a 3-on-2 for Durham. And they gain 30 feet as the man pops out the front door, and the pass into the midsection of Guerin, who fell, rolled through the crease, and that's going to cost him about 80 to 100 feet here as he's way behind the play. Ian Martin with it. Guerin just now catching up at the restraining line as here's Elijah Printup. Demons in their own zone taking the opportunity to switch a couple players here as the ball gets down to the crease man. Ian Martin has the chin strap pop off the helmet. No one's realized it yet as Corey Thomas now has to take a shot. That into the corner, and that'll give us a number of whistles as we will take the officials' timeout. 3-2 is the score here. We told you things were getting chippy out in Paris. We'll send you there now. Spencer Tanguay once again with the call.
Scott gives it to Teeter. Maudsley runs through the middle off the bench, causing havoc in front of Crowley. Long blast coming. He fakes it rather instead to Maudsley, but he gets sent to the floor. Big hit coming in front of Grant Crowley. Not too much time on the shot clock there, as that's a late shot coming from Michael Teeter, but no call. Southwest back the other way. They score. Transition goal. And now it's 7-1 for the Southwest Cyclops. So with that, this is becoming a blowout here at home for the Southwest Cyclops. They make it a 7-1 game. They only put up 6 on Sunday at the Meridian Center. They've already got 7, and we're not even through the
7-1 score out there. Thank you, Spencer. As Ian Martin, look at the stick skills there, and a great save by Ryan Masters. That was earlier. Southwest Cyclops 7 straight now as Brady Hesseltine with a pair. Jordan Dance continues his assault of the Canadian Lacrosse League in his return. 3 points, including 2 goals. 4 points, actually. As it's Cody Ward from Connor Daly as the score sheet updates. Triolo all the way to the face-off line to play that one that bounced off the back glass. Now stepping in is Hogarth. Effectively a 4-on-4 as there's a pair of players back near the face-off dot. Vaughn Harris and I believe Josh Wasson. Harris is going to get it now as the Demons came in. Harris, reaching for it, almost getting drilled. There was Wenster Green as Green forced to retreat. Harris gets a step on McMahon, goes through, takes the shot, masters the save. It'll be a reset. Vaughn Harris still in the crease. Now he rolls away as Atwood gets it back up top. Here's Atwood coming in again. That little delayed shot that he's got looked like he was faking like he was going to go high, and it actually did open the 5-hole a little bit, but a nice recovery from Masters. No recovery needed there as Ashton Jacobs shoots wide. Triolo with the rebound. He drew a quadruple team, though, as Corey Thompson shoots it over his shoulder. It was wide. Masters came out to play for it. Stones Atwood as he reaches out with the stick. What a save made by Ryan Masters. That could be the Arby's play of the week for the Durham Turfdogs. Check their Facebook page as they nominate their player of the game, the Durham Turfdogs. Here's McNulty. Goes to the far side, backing out. It comes back for McNulty again, who fires and scores. How big is that save now? Goal from Jeff McNulty. .356 on the clock. Here's Thompson. You can see it get away from Atwood. Thompson stays with it as it came off the stick of Masters, and another look at the stick as he came and made the save, as it's just a huge outside shot from McNulty. Early movement on the faceoff from Patrick McRory, but that's, for my money, a 2-goal swing, which ties it up here at 3. McNulty from Hopcroft. As it's played by Schewel. He was looking to pass up to the near side, and Montour intercepts right at center. Stutter step and a cut back, and now a cut back to the near side for Montour. Still has it in front. Oh, Schewel takes that one off the bucket from Wenster Green. And Schewel, he's hurting. Doubles over a bit now. He's going to stay on the floor a long way from home here in the long defensive change quarter. Trainer getting ready for his arrival as the shot goes in. Save made. Schewel now slowly jogging his way off the floor as McMahon and Goddard, though, they've got a 2-on-1. Goddard sets the pick. McMahon shoots around it and scores on the 5-hole. Cody McMahon's got 2 in this game already. And at least it looks like Schewel just taking a minute, as McMahon on the bench now with his second. This is after the interception. Goddard sets the pick on Jamison, and you can see how much room they had. Nobody inside the restraining line. Grant Crawley is in net for the Southwest Cyclops, and according to Spencer Tange, our reporter in the field, he has been unreal. 8-1. And reigning league MVP Angus Dinley gets the hook in his return to the league. Welcome back, Angus Dinley. Goodness. Although remember, in his return last year, or 2 years ago, pardon me, it was in this building where it was also not a great performance. And that kick started something special for the Barrie Blizzard. Good season for the Southwest Cyclops this year. Great one for the Durham Turfdogs as they sit 3-0. Down 4-3 here, though, just outside of 2 minutes to play in period number 2. So here comes Guerin. Up 4-3 off that most recent goal from McMahon. Diving shot attempt. That one goes off the shoulder of Lazor. McNulty can't play the rebound. He's going to stay on his man, though. I believe that's Ian Martin. Martin able to shovel it away. Chancey Johnson, it comes back for Von Harris. He misplays it, pops out the back door again, and Guerin quick on him. They both fall in on the boards as Mike Miller digs at it. He's got McNulty in his back pocket as it rolls straight to Guerin, who picks up. Atwood on the floor with a yellow-headed twig now. I think that's the first time we've seen that one here tonight. Johnson looked like he gave a forearm to Triolo after he took that shot, and they both part ways as Corey Thompson down the near side. Montour sidesteps his way in and rips a bomb over 5 bodies. Tom Montour with his second. You can see what he's done this season. 9 points already through just 3 games. Once again, the reigning transition player of the league, which is the one that everybody wants in this league. It is classified as a transition league. As the face-off, again, Mike Atwood spins away from a check, flying in off the restraining line. Chris Atwood gave a hard one there to Patrick McRory. As Atwood shovels away to Montour. He's done his job, so he jogs off, and he'll let the offensive boys go to work here. Mo Bissell chased all the way up to the restraining line by 2 defenders. That opens it down low for Jeremy Thomas. And Montour gets another rip looking top corner, and that's taken away by the left shoulder of Masters. Joe Wasson. Here's McMahon ripping a shot. Lazor sees that one roll into the corner with 35 seconds. McMahon waits. Thought he looked like he was waiting for 30 seconds on the shot clock, or on the game clock, rather. There's about 6 seconds separating that and the shot clock, game clock ahead at this point as McMahon slows it down. They will not go 2 for 1 here. They'll just take as much time away from the Demons' possession as they can. Off the wall, Goddard was cutting in on the near side, trying to find him. It skips off a body, and it's going to be a breakaway for Chris Atwood, but he can't handle the bounce pass. Can't corral it the second time. 5 seconds on the game clock. No timeout called yet. And Mo Bissell, a nice play there by Joe Wasson. How about another great play? Looked like Schuel back on the floor, posturing up in front of Ian Martin. And that will end the first half, a 4-4 tie score in favor of nobody, pardon me, as we are at halftime, knotted up. Again, a far cry from either score the Demons saw last week. They were blown out in Durham at halftime, and they were handing it to the Barrie Blizzard at halftime. So if you're watching that game in Paris, worry not, as Barrie came back big time. We'll take a quick timeout and send you back to Paris on the other side of this break. Spencer Tanguay again with the call. Matthew Carrick inside the ILA, knotted at 4s at halftime.
And they're showing why they want to win back-to-back games here at the Southwest home building, Sillaps Community Center. They look for a shot into the middle. Dan Keaton can't get it off. Tried to draw a penalty, and I believe he's going to. Dan Keaton, after going to the floor, Barrie heading back to the penalty box, and this one should be an illegal cross-check or checking from behind call. And Joel Furman's calling checking from behind, a minor penalty against the Blizzard, number 13. Excuse me, that's Ross Smith, 8 for the Barrie Blizzard. So it's Smith off, Dan Keane, and this power play unit once again back on the floor, goes to work again. Dan Keane gets it to the near side, fakes to go to the far side, and they just cycle it down low. Dan Keane dance the shot, that's wide, off the dasher board to the roof, but it stays in, and it's collected. Now Dan Keane the shot, off the Barrie Blizzard stick, and they score. What an interesting break for Dan Keane, as that one would have been going high, but the defenseman puts it in his own net. As we'll take a look right here. Dan Keane, watch, he's playing the top of the power play. Looks for that open lane, he's got it there. The shot, a stick. I can't tell you who that stick is for the Barrie Blizzard, but it went off him and right over the shoulder of Neil Roberts. 9-2 now for the hometown Cyclops. So maybe Carvello's choice on the bench to go with a new drawman for the Cyclops has been the key play of tonight's game, but Patton has won mainly all of the draws, but that time he gets called on a violation. Delayed penalty coming, and this time it's going against the Southwest Cyclops. They get it in front. Crowley stands and makes the save. And a delayed penalty once again coming against the Southwest Cyclops. So this time, heading to the box for the Cyclops, it's Liam Patton, the draw man. Crawley, who has been absolutely lights out tonight, is playing like the Defensive Player of the Week. Last week, Defensive Player of the Week went to a goaltender, and that, of course, being the Fenwick native of Connor Danko. Danko played 2 games in Week 2. He came in relief for Doug Buchan here at Sillaps on Friday night for Niagara, allowed 6 in half the game, and then played a full 60 minutes against these very same Cyclops, and only allowed 6 on about 50 shots, and he is your Defensive Player of the Week. Jordan Dance, honorable mention for the offensive. They get it back and they score. a short-handed marker. That'll be their third short-handed goal of the game. Give that one to number 11, Cody Ward, for his second Gino tonight. Cody Ward wide open out front as Neil Roberts got caught out of his crease. We'll take another look. Daly's just stretching the floor, but Neil Roberts, for some reason, thought he was going to go hit him. But when he does, Cody Ward had all the time in the world and an empty cage to make it an 8-goal lead and take a 10-2 lead with 2 minutes 40 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Doesn't feel like we're still in the second quarter with 12 goals already in the books. But Barrie could tell you differently because they were a part of a 36-goal game on a Sunday at the Barrie Molson Center with Ohsweken. Ohsweken had 16 of them. Barrie won that one with 20. So 10-2 might not be as big as lead as we're thinking. Ball on the floor, trying to be picked up by Southwest. They finally find control, but 3 Blizzard players are in there battling for it. They're still trying to get it away from the player. Southwest killing time on this penalty. The crowd loving it. Up top, Dance, he gets a shot and he scores. Make it an 11-2 lead as Jordan Dance lifts the roof off Sillaps Community Center. How about this individual effort in the corner? It starts right there. Comes out with it. Jordan Dance looks to the middle, and he does put it 5-hole. All of a sudden, it's 11-2. That's the 4th power play goal. Excuse me, 4th short-handed goal for the Southwest Cyclops. Face-off violation against Southwest as Dan Keene took that draw. They're really switching things up now as Patton's in the box and Corbett has not taken a draw all night. So the offensively hot-handed player Dan Keene took the draw. Barrie takes a shot off a stick well wide of the net. On to the near side, they get it to the middle. They can't get a shot. Wiles looked to shoot. He's on the crease dancing. Wiles on the crease, gets it behind the back save, but Crowley slides across and makes the save. Off a glove, and it's back to Dan Keene, but Keene couldn't make the catch. Up top for Wiles, who shoots. Better save from Crowley. And now, Miles gets it stripped from him. Barrie trying to find it. Shoved aside. Wiles can't control. And now, Barrie Blizzard takes over. Barrie coming to the far side. Tried to go 5-hole on Crowley, and they score. Grant Crowley, who was holding his post, gets beat between the wickets. And for the 3rd time tonight, Barrie lights the lamp. We'll watch here as a poor effort coming from number 20, and that is Patrick Miles for Southwest. He'll go to the bench shaking his head there. He could have had 2 hands on the stick, but rather he tried to do a one-hand Indian pickup, and that just results in a 1-on-0 back the other way for Barrie, where they score between the legs of Grant Crowley. So Scott unassisted for the Blizzard, and that is their 3rd of the game. 1:05 remaining in the 3rd quarter. They try a crease dive again, but that's well in the crease. Crowley's on the ground anyways to make the save. Matt Spanger brings us under 60 seconds remaining on the game clock. Gets it to Cody Ward. Cody Ward looks to go to the middle, takes a few hits, causes an open shooting lane off the post and out of play. It'll stay possession in Southwest. Heseltine had that blast. Spanger goes off for a change. They get it up to Jordan Dance. Dance left-handed shot, settling it down. Up top for Cody Ward. Ward over to Dance. Dance uses the pick. Ubalakis the pick. Ilbikis, on the pick. Now the shot off the turf, out of play. Actually just hit the top of the glass and stayed in. They're battling for it on the ground. We're under 20 seconds now, and Southwest still has it, but a shot clock violation coming first. 18 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Neil Roberts electing to stay in the net. They'll play 5-on-5. Jordy Jones-Smith able to get it away from the Barrie player, but timeout called for Southwest with 5 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. So they'll draw up their final play. You'll see Grant Crowley come out of the net. They'll play 6-on-5 likely for the 5 seconds. And they'll try to get a 12th goal and regain their 9-goal lead here at Sillaps. So taking a look at the floor here, they send Daly, Dance, Gageboard, Spanger, Keene, and Corbett. And as I mentioned and predicted, Grant Crowley is on the bench. So 6-on-5 for the Southwest Cyclops. And with that, they'll try to draw up this final shot. Only 5 to shoot though. Daly gets it across. They look to the middle. They get it. The shot, it's going to go wide, though, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. Fans, we've finally reached halftime. The score, 11-3 in favor of the Southwest Cyclops. So, we'll step aside. We'll be back with third quarter and second half action here from the Sillaps. Tons of time to grab a drink. We'll be back from the Sillaps Community Center.
Back live inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. 4-4 score after one half of play. A goal fest out in Paris, but how about the play of Ryan Masters? in that first period. Got caught a little scrambly on Corey Thompson and then absolutely robs Chris Atwood on the crease, and it led to this the other way. Jeff McNulty setting things up, gets it up top, shoots through a crowd and through Lazor. So far, our play of the game for the Durham Turfdogs. That save by Masters, coupled by the goal back the other way. Once again, our CLAX trivia in 2013 here at the ILA, part of Final Four weekend. The Durham Turfdogs lost in the playoffs to which team? Looking for your answer on Twitter at JVI Video for us at CLAX League. And of course, that's where you can let us know about your 3-star selections as well. Use the hashtag 3stars for that. And if you're answering the trivia question, use the hashtag CLAX Trivia. Ask and you shall receive. 3 stars of the game are the goaltenders on your list. 2-goal performance for Cody McMahon. Pair for Tom Montour so far, and just a sprinkling of other points across the score sheet. So take your pick. I mean, we do have another half to go. Oh, waiting for one of the Bantam girls to clear the Durham bench as they put on a pretty good show here at halftime, getting set for their 2016 box season. Matthew Carrick inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena, week number 3. Canadian Lacrosse League coming to you on CLAX TV 1. Spencer Tanguay on CLAX TV 2 is the first shot. Goes in on Masters. Again, Masters controls the net to our left. And Jake Lazor still in there in the net to our right to start period number 3. They'll switch one final time as we go to quarter number 4. Out of the corner is Guerin looking for the cutter, and that one intercepted. Waiting for the timing play to get the man out the front door, and the guy heading off took a bit too long to get Chris Atwood, but he was chomping at the bit. Chase Atwood had to hold him back. Here's Guerin. Works into the corner for, I believe, Josh Wasson. This comes back up for Jeff McNulty. His shot bounces off the carpet, off the glass. It is Wasson as he runs under it. Goes straight to the cage, and his shot goes wide with 10 on the clock. Into the cage. Oh, huge knock there between Kyle Jamieson and Ashton Jacobs. One of those took the ball free from John St. John. Still gets the shot away. Lazor still manages the save. And a parting shot from Jamieson as Chris Atwood works back down the other way. Oh, Corey Thompson. Real deceptive move there on that pass. Everyone thought he still had it as Chris Atwood walked straight to the net. And we're way loose as Atwood comes up. He's tied up with somebody as they shove, as he's been his usual in-your-face self here this evening. Not much to show for it yet on the score sheet as Mike Miller takes a shot. Masters with the save up into the screening, and Miller will get a second opportunity with a fresh shot clock. Quickly order for Jordan Thomas. Thomas sideways past the face-off circle. Now he goes to the top. No one there, so he passes far side. Chancey Johnson can't hang on. Retreats to the half-boards. Passes for Mike Miller. This one finds Green as well, as Miller can't pick up. It's going to be Joe Wasson flipping it to McNulty, and they'll work the timing play straight to the front door. Hogarth the shot, and that one bounds off the pads. And Lazor made the save before it popped up out of the stick of Hogarth into the screen. And the Demons in front of the Demon mascot and a couple of young fans. They break into the zone. Huge chop there on Wenster Green. He gives it off to Montour. Into the face of Vradenberg was, I believe, Vaughn Harris, and that was enough to take Vradenberg out of his spot and hand the ball over to Durham. Oh, what an adjustment in midair. Not sure who it was for the Turfdogs, but they've broken the deadlock 2 minutes in. Mark Vredenberg. As he gets up, that right knee wrapped for Vredenberg. Sets the pick. No, sorry, it's not Vredenberg. It's the cutter. As Guerin's going to pick up another point. Hogarth from Guerin. Guerin's been among the leaders in Offensive Player of the Week so far in the first 2 weeks, as Ohsweken win the faceoff led by Mike Atwood. A rare offensive shift for him as he stays out. But Jordan Dance putting on a show out in Paris, making himself an early candidate. The only 2 games on the schedule in week number 3. So get your votes in after tonight. The dive in there. Masters took a bump and then looked back into the face of Wayne Hill. Shot came from the near side. He still made the save. And it finds its way to Corey Thompson, who will slow things down. Here's Chris Atwood. Schewel on him. Oh, cheeky little dump shot as he was running by from Atwood. Was looking for the pass, but now he's going to peel off to the bench as Thomas controls it on the near side. Second unit on the floor now for the Demons as Ian Martin backs away. Off the bench. Oh, the shot off the pipe and in. May have hit something on the way through for Wenster Green. Couple appearances in a number of different NLL camps over the past few seasons. He was up in Barrie for a little bit. He was on the Iroquois Ironmen. And now Wenster Green, a member of the Ohsweken Demons, has the goal here that ties things up at 5. Harris wanted a violation called there against Patrick McRory. None upcoming. So the Turfdogs will get a shot here. McRory to the crease. Goddard found him, and he passes off for Schewel. The cycle working the far side. Comes back for Goddard again. Goddard's going to step to the fan. Vredenberg spun off coverage. Couldn't handle the pass. Shot clock down to 6 seconds here as it's shoveled out in front. Again, out of the reach of Goddard. Matt Giles is going to want more sound stick work in the offensive zone, I would think, after that shift. As Vredenberg is going to go after Harris here, walking off the fence. Oh. Shot got into the legs of Masters. He hung on for the whistle, but as he stood up, it was right close to the line. Definitely not over. Grant Spees was right there. Goes up for John St. John. Jesse Guerin. Jeff McNulty backs away. 10 on the clock as Guerin gets it back up top. Back for McNulty, who walks out of the corner. Oh, rings that one off the leg, it looked like. May have been Ashton Jacobs. Not sure. Still not sure as everybody rushes off. Jordan Thomas maybe. The maroon bucket of Jordan Thomas. We've got a penalty coming here as Montour picks it up. Schewel had dropped the pass, drew the triple team, and somehow the Demons come away with the penalty. It's going to be the slash to Corey Thompson. As Thompson slams the door in disgust. 9:07 to play. Tied at 5. There it is. As Schewel thought that he was the culprit. Credit to Schewel for coming back on the floor. We saw him take that shot off the helmet. So good on him for remaining in the game. Guerin up top again, already down to 15 in the shot clock as they've just passed around outside. They work it down low. Josh Wasson gets an opportunity, but Lazor saves that one back up top for Guerin again. Goddard, Guerin, Wasson. All three top men. McNulty clearing out down low, but the shot goes wide, and Lazor trying to lift this one over top of everyone to find Montour, who had struck out of the pack, rather. And that one up into the rafters, and it'll be Turf Dog ball. Minute 15 remaining in the penalty as Cody McMahon takes to the floor. Looking for the hat trick here. Up top for Hopcroft. Hopcroft and McMahon, they continue to pass up top. The sight goes on the far side. Hopcroft drops down. Saw that pass bounce off a body. Gets it back. Here's Triolo coming out of the corner. Takes a shot. Lazor sends the rebound into the near side corner. McMahon there first. Him and Hopcroft again start to pass up. And again, Triolo walks out of the corner. Gives for Hopcroft to McMahon. As they quickly pass it. In front was Triolo. And he let that go for Hogarth, who wasn't ready. As there's 10 on the clock now. McMahon took a little bit off the corkscrew shot. Lazor managed to save that. McNulty got in there to make the save. Pardon me, it looks like Vredenberg has crept down to the crease. And McNulty's on the far side crease. Gets it now. Sorry, that's Hogarth. As they're facing us up here in the booth, and we're trying to call it based on what knee brace these guys wear. That was Hogarth on that attempt. As Triolo now gets for Tom Montour as we go back to 5-on-5. Nice job of holding up there from Triolo to not draw the penalty as he was on the back of Montour. Montour to the far side. Comes back for Von Harris. Harris took a bump as he took the shot. It went wide, though. And there's two on it as they tried to find Mike Miller for the quick stick. And it wasn't upcoming, so we get the officials' timeout off the loose ball. Take a quick timeout. We believe they're still at halftime in Paris, so we'll be right back after this quick timeout. You are watching Week 3 action in the Canadian Lacrosse League.
Of the Southwest Cyclop. Battle continues along the far wall. Patton trying to just kick it loose. It finally comes out, and Cody Ward, who has two short-handed markers, gonna jump in on the rush. Maybe he's one of your 3-star selections tonight. We'll be sure to announce our 3-star selections. You could tweet us your 3 stars. CLAX. Be sure to tweet in your favorite 3-star selection for tonight's game, and we'll get to those following the final buzzer here from Syllaps tonight. Cody Ward with possession, running down on the near side for the Southwest Cyclops.
Back inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena, back in net in Paris. Angus Dinley, our thanks to Spencer Tanguay. 2013 ILA, the Durham Turfdogs lost to who? It was Angus Dinley getting the win for the Toronto Shooting Stars. Actually, pardon me, Gary Muzzin picked up the win in that game according to Point Streak for Angus Dinley's team, the Toronto Shooting Stars. Dinley signed by the Philadelphia Wings late in that season, actually 2 days after a bench-clearing brawl against the Brampton Inferno, which he was suspended 1 day, the only day that he remained in CLAX before making his debut with Barrie 2 seasons later. Back underway here, Corey Thompson in the face of Ryan Masters. Masters went with him and made the left arm save. 6:05 to play in quarter number 3. 5-5 is the score. A tight one here at the ILA, not so out in Barrie. 11-3. It is now 11-4 as we being told Barrie scored another goal as they try and put a run together. Speaking of scoring, there's Durham. In on the crease, Jeff McNulty. He's got his second of the game. Our apologies to anyone listening to the game that didn't see that. We'll get another look here, and we'll try and call it for you. A bit of a flip pass from the far side. McNulty, tiny bit of give and go as the righties passed amongst themselves. He's straight cut through the middle, and a good goal in on Jake Lazor. 6-5 now is the score as Harris, that one may have hit the shoulder of Clofer before going high off the back glass. The clear back glass, not the black glass. That would be less than comfortable to sit behind. Vaughn Harrison in the middle takes the sidearm shot. Masters with that save. Rebound rolls right to Rob Clofer, as he's going to pass to the front door just in time for Triolo to come out. Mike Triolo giving for Goddard. As Goddard here keeping to the outside. Still keeping, now passing through, and that shot from the far side went wide, picked up by Hogarth on the rebound, tried to stay out of the crease, couldn't, lost the ball before he stepped in though, and the Demons come down. Montour looking to go coast to coast. Nice job defensively, but off the bench is Thomas, and Thomas comes in, takes a shot, Masters the save. He works into the corner. Jordan Thomas. Up top, Johnson with the shot. Chansey saved there as Mike Miller on his horse to get back to the front door, and he stops the rush from Derek Hopcroft. Farthing from the restraining line. He goes for Wasson, who sends it for his brother Joe on the far side. That one up at our level, way down in the stands. And a bit of a surprise one that made its way up there. I hope everyone is all right down there. Here's Atwood. Chris into the corner. Passing back for big brother Mike. Heads up here in our booth. Heads up Alex and Jeremy Hogle, as they're our technical crew. Alongside Hayden Gerson and Gary Morrison. Getting word that they're still there. John St. John back for Guerin again. Huge cycle on now as Hopcroft down for Guerin. Guerin, made it look like he was going over the top on Jamison, and then a chop from John St. John on Jamison. He was the one asking for the call earlier, and now he's going to get one as John St. John took the chop. Extra attacker on as Jake Lazor beat a couple of his line mates to the bench. As Montour now will head off. Man up line out there for the Demons as Atwood. He sees Masters slide to his right. Masters falls back now on the rebound, stoning Chris Atwood twice in tight. Frustrating night for Chris Atwood, but it'll be a power play as John St. John will go off for the slash. They'll actually call it interference. As watch it come on the crease. Right here, the man certainly in the crease. And, it is the stick on Lazor. Palmer Funkenhauser whistles play in as it works down into the corner. Here's Vaughn Harris. Ian Martin picks up. Fresh 30 now for the Demons as they work everyone around the horn. Atwood from up top takes a shot, and that one up into the screening. Rattled around there for a bit. Does stay on the playing surface. Vaughn Harris up for Atwood. Martin faked the quick stick on the crease. All righties have touched it now. They get the last two lefties in. As here's Atwood taking the shot, and that's saved by the right leg of Masters. And Atwood off the pipe as he cut through the middle. One of the Demons players has cut through the crease here. Still hasn't touched it. Atwood and Schuwall exchanging words as the ball's going to be brought out by the Turfdogs, though. Atwood will stay down the floor, so effectively a 4-on-3 in favor of the Demons. And the huge soup spoon of Lazor pounces on that, as the Demons and Turfdog players will now come back to meet Schuwall and Atwood. Harris, Chris Atwood into the corner. Ian Martin. Here's Atwood again up top. Quick passing as Harris works into the middle, picked out of the crease by Martin. Over to the far side for Jamison. Jamison finds Martin walking into the middle again, and Atwood picked up the rebound and shot quickly as he had Jesse Guerin right in his face. Maybe that's the one that gets Chris Atwood going here in this game. Just the second point that we've got him for. You can see already 10 through 2 games as he was on a career 7-point pace through roughly the halfway point of the season last year. It has dipped slightly, but still dangerous is Chris Atwood. One straight back by Mike Atwood, straight to Montour, who came racing off the restraining line, off the face-off. He ripped a shot that bounced in front of Masters, over him, and off the back glass into the rafters here. So here comes Josh Wasson, chased to the boards by Montour. As McNulty plays it to the half boards for McMahon. He tried to cut through, lost the ball, but it's picked up quickly and scores by Matt Croak. Is that the first goal of the season for Matt Croak? Nobody asked for the ball, so it's possible he scored earlier this season. Just a heads-up play here. Croak saw his defender cut through and raced straight to the rebound, as it looked like Montour thought he had a loose ball and a fast break, and that opened the door for Croak. Here's Atwood. He's got Joe Wasson on him. He passes to Elijah Printup. Atwood to the crease. Printup to the wall. Beats Rob Clofer. Goes to the crease. Passes off, though. Jamison wide open. Can't hang on as there's 15 on the shot clock. Wayne Hill scores. Bit of a mini run now to tie things up at 7 here for the Ohsweken Demons. Director of Player Personnel. You can see some of the chuckles down there. That was the same grin that I was just flashed. Oh, what a shot from Wayne Hill. From Mr. Garland up here. Vaughn Harris couldn't hang on to the faceoff, so Mike Triolo. A swim move over top of 2 Demons players. Still comes away with the ball, though, was Mike Triolo. Comes over to the near side. 25 seconds for Cody McMahon to work. He goes to Triolo. Cutting through the middle is McMahon. Takes the shot. It bounces off a Demons player and goes back into the crease. Lazor corrals it. Now there's 15 for the Demons to work. Montour up for Martin. He's got Winster Green in front. He took a bit off the shot. Martin, the shot, and Masters falls backwards into the net, and he says he's got it trapped in his hand or on his pad, but pretty much his whole upper body's in the net. And I think he's stuck now. Yeah, the net, the face mask has been tied up. Masters, you can see, doesn't like that call as he's giving it to Grant Speece, who's lined up for the face-off, but this is an interesting one here as Masters, his entire body fell back into the crease. The shot from Winster Green. Ian Martin, our player to watch on the crease. It's back in the glove. And, yeah, it looks like it's there when he goes, and then he repositions. So Ian Martin, our player to watch on the goal as we go back to the face-off dot. Mo Bissell and Winster Green on the assists. Face-off just rolls harmlessly to the near boards, and third quarter is done. Masters will have another word with Speece as he goes over to change sides, and we'll send it to Spencer Tanguay in Paris. 8-7 after 3 here at the ILA. Let us know who you think the 3 stars of the game should be. Tweet us at JVI Video, at CLAX League, your first, second, and third star. As it's an 8-7 score here inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena out in Paris. We can't tell you they're also at the officials' timeout in the third quarter. That's why we could not go to them, as the save made by Ryan Masters had a fantastic game. But now the net to our left will be controlled by Jake Lazor. Masters down to the net to our right. The configuration they started this game what seems like a very long time ago. We can tell you, out in Paris, Angus Donnelly back in net. It's a 12-4 lead now for the Southwest Cyclops. As Gage Board, a lot of roughing calls in that game. It may be a little spicy out in Paris, as we encourage you to hit up CLAX TV 2 at the conclusion of this game. Or get your smart TV going, your smart tablet, your smartphone, your smart refrigerator, anything with a screen. One of these days we're going to have 6 games going on at the same time. Off the backboard, straight to Atwood. He just shoveled a shot in. Masters is covered up, and it's going to be a crease violation as Atwood tried to get it. And Masters in the ear of Mel Van Every now. Here's Hopcroft on the near side. They've got one late man coming off the bench. It's going to be Vredenberg going straight to the middle. However, the ball goes to Guerin, who took a wide shot, went off the backboards. Hopcroft to the far side on the crease. The shot and a nice save made by Lazor. Hopcroft dumped hard in on the boards. He gets up a little slowly, as it was Kyle Jamieson, and Hopcroft with a few words for Jamieson. They still continue to discuss as Croak goes around the horn into the corner. Back for Hopcroft. You think he's fired up about that hit? And he's yelling across the floor back for Jamieson, as there was all that and a bag of chips on the shot from Derek Hopcroft. Here's Hopcroft getting hit into the corner boards and took a huge bump and takes his frustration out on the back of the net. Lazor wanted no part of that one. And then stared across the floor and had a screaming match with Kyle Jamieson. Whoa, over the shoulder. Back down in the zone to our right after Mike Atwood, surprise, surprise, wins the faceoff. 13 and a half to play here in quarter number 4, as Rob Clofer is in front of us now as the Turfdogs control. Hogarth diving through, drew the penalty on Wayne Hill, I think, from behind. And Hogarth, this is becoming a trademark Thomas Hogarth goal. He scored a couple like this, going to the crease, drawing the penalty, diving towards the net, or sliding on his knees in the direction of the net, I think is more appropriate. And that makes the score 9-8. We've been tight all night long. And yeah, it's just his momentum as he gets hit. Drops down to the knees. So he makes sure he stays out of the crease, gets the shot and the goal from Hopcroft. Von Harris this time winning the faceoff. He goes in on Schuel. Patrick McRory from behind. A Paul Bunyan-esque chop this time. He's going to go for that one, as we hit exactly 13 to play in regulation. Atwood from the restraining line. Down in the corner, 6 Demon jerseys in the offensive zone now. So that one off the turf, off the boards, and then off the rafters again. And we will get the slashing call to Patrick McRory. And he's upset about the call, but could hear that one in the parking lot. I'm not entirely sure what the issue is. So Atwood will quarterback here. Gets the lefties working first. Now it's back to Atwood. Down to the crease man as they bypassed Mo Bissell. No. Again, Roger Weiss, Wayne Van Every, Travis Hill. No Torrey Van Every in tonight, as he would normally be on that crease on the power play. This one skips off the back glass. A rising shot from Atwood out of the reach of Bissell. Lazor leaves it in the corner. Guerin picked up quickly right on the crease, and they want him to back up out into the corner. Although we did see the Demons get a restart like that maybe last year or the year before in on Angus Dinley that he was hot about. As chop in on Guerin. And did that one get caught in the stick? Not sure what the play was there, but Matt Giles screaming over on the bench. Here's Atwood. Shot comes in. That one looked like off Masters before going up into the rafters. And Atwood looked to pass to Montour, but he wasn't there as he went streaking to the bench in favor of Vaughn Harris. Harris now joins the play, back up top for Atwood. First half, the power play gone now for the Demons as they get back to Atwood up top. Vaughn Harris from the shooting spot, just inside the fan, rips one off the leg pad of Masters. Big collision on the boards there between Ian Martin and Thomas Hogarth. Back for Atwood as Martin won the ball. Wayne Hill in front, spins away to Vaughn Harris off the stick of Hogarth, off the body of Guerin and down in front of Masters. He corrals. Here comes Guerin into the corner for Clofer. Rob Clofer. Far side corner. Bit of a push there from behind. Turf Dogs up by one still, as there's less than 11 minutes to play. Double team there from McMahon as he got taken down after losing the ball. Again, Kyle Jamieson. In about the same spot, him and Hogarth got tangled, and Rob Clofer and Ian Martin get tied up here, and they go down, and the arm of Grant Speece goes up as him and Jonas Dirks discuss where they're going after the game. Here's Chris Atwood off the glass. He's going to race across the restraining line to win it back. And 2 on the shot clock as Chancey Johnson just rips a shot. And the shot clock will sound. Rob Clofer will go off for a hold. And just as the Demons go back to 5-on-5, it will now be a 5-on-4 in favor of the Demons. I may agree with Jonas Dirks as we watch that one again up here in the booth, as that was the penalty call. They were a bit tangled, and there was the hook of the shoulder. But was that a roll of Clofer or a roll of the good defensive play on the arm earlier? Masters all the way up the floor looking to start a counterattack. Miscommunication between Montour and Lazor as it was momentarily up for grabs. Montour did take, though, went up for Wenster Green, and now they slow the play down. In the corner for Atwood, I imagine there's a switch coming at some point as Montour no-looks it into the near corner. Back for Harris, who cut through. And maybe the Turf Dogs were looking for that as well, as it'll be a power play goal for Vaughn Harris. A shorthanded marker earlier. He's got the power play one now here. And 9.5 to play. We're knotted at 9. Just the cycle play is on. And you can see the 3 Turf Dog players right around Harris, as there was a lot of attention down low paid to Chris Atwood in the corner. He elects to come back up. Outside, a lot of room for Cody McMahon to shoot before Jordan Thomas stepped up. Here's Triolo for Josh Wasson. Back for Goddard again. Triolo tried to play that one off the glass. It bounces straight to Mike Miller, though, as Miller comes over the timeline He's now held up in the neutral zone by Joe Wasson, who gets away. How about the back check there from Wasson, swinging the stick. And now Masters out of his net to throw the moving pick. And it'll be Demons ball down deep as a couple Turf Dog players, head off to the bench. 8:40 to play. Quarter number 4, tied at 9s as the shot rings off Masters. It'll be called a tip as it rolls the length of the floor. Out for Jake Lazor. Clofer, you could see the saucer eyes as he thought about laying out Lazor, but with Tom Montour in the area, he likes to come back on D. Montour and Clofer collide again as Montour walks straight to the net, takes the shot. A bit of a late bump there from Montour as Masters made the save. Turf Dogs coming down into the zone. Pass comes to Triolo near side. Backs away from the fan. Back to the cutter. Another little pick there from Matt Croak. And ball's going to come all the way up. A nice hustle play there from John St. John to corral it. Rips the shot to beat the shot clock as Ian Martin corrals the rebound. Quick up for Von Harris. But there's a defender back, and it gets around Hopcroft and in past Masters. And the Demons have taken the lead again. Von Harris's third of the game. And he's come alive here of late. They've just hit the end of the third quarter. 14-6. Southwest leads Barrie out at the Sillaps Community Center. That one dragging on, but it sounds like it's got some spice and some action to it. Again, Spencer Tange with the call there as Masters makes the save off the Demons as they got the face-off win. Yet again, and back down Vredenberg on the crease. Printup can't get there in time as Vredenberg ties it at 10. On the crease, just picked up the rebound after the save from Lazor. And put it in all alone. Cody McMahon looking hat trick, tries to bounce it 5-hole on Lazor, and the stick is there. How did McMahon get behind everybody that much? Goodness. Into the corner for Jordan Thomas. I hear Paris is nice this time of year. We will send you there at the officials' timeout. And if they're still going when we're done, as the bench screams for a hold, Winster Green in the area of Mike Triolo, we will stay on air to give you the finale from Paris, assuming we have time. Hopcroft up top to Croak. Off the half boards. They rush in. Here's Hopcroft, stays out of the crease, leaps the hurdle, takes the shot. Lazor maintains composure to make the save. Hogarth to McMahon for Guerin. Croak, Hopcroft. Hopcroft for Guerin, who's snuck down low with the shot and his own rebound. Here comes Hopcroft, bounces off a couple players. Ashton Jacobs bats the stick out of the hands of Hopcroft, and it's going to roll to Montour, who will now get the rush started the other way. Trailer is Atwood, who scores. And Kyle Jamieson, the length of the floor to pat his goaltender on the head, made the save on Hopcroft. And it goes down the floor. Here's Montour. Over for Atwood, and in one motion brings it back, takes the shot. And just like that, the Demons have the lead again, 11-10. Crowd starting to get into it here at the ILA. What a clean win there for Mike Atwood. As you just watched brother Chris do his thing. Mike Atwood now flips for print up. Mo Bissell with room to shoot, takes the shot, Masters to his right, got the stick on it. Keeps it out of the net. Up the near side, Vredenberg now cuts back as he meets his 19 counterpart, Mo Bissell. Bissell chases him right in front of the Demon bench, now into the corner. Guerin backpedaling. Triolo from the faceoff dot. Backs into Atwood, then goes under the bridge. There's a shot in there. Lazor makes the save. And it's picked out of the crease by Kyle Jamieson. 5 to play in regulation time. Elijah Printup. Bounce shot to the far side. Mike Miller races up over center. Here's Miller stopping at the restraining line. Back for Chancey Johnson to the far side, down in the corner. Wheeling around up top, Corey Thompson takes the shot. Masters down low makes the save. And that will be the officials' timeout. It is 14-6 at the Silaps Community Center. Spencer Tange has the call on CLAX TV. Channel 2. Harris in the winter. I hear it's nice.
Joel Furman, the official, ordered delay a game. So, with exactly 12 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter, a full 1 minute and 18 seconds, 5-on-3 opportunity with another 2-minute penalty.
Here is our play of the game. It's the interception there, the stoning of Chris Atwood, a huge moment in the game that Masters made the save. And, of course, we have to pair that with the goal. That goes back down the other way, a 2-goal swing. But at this point, it's now Jake Lazor who's done pretty much the same thing on Derek Hopcroft. That results in a goal back the other way for Chris Atwood. And it's an 11-10 score inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. Six Nations Bantam girls saluting the crowd. They were on the floor at halftime. Our 3 stars of the game, tweet us at JVI Video. Use the hashtag 3stars at CLAX League. On Twitter, of course, the Demons Turfdogs also on Twitter and Facebook. You can watch for the play of the week on Facebook. As Josh Wasson, right in front of us, starts it off here for the Turfdogs. They had the floor spread a little bit, still spreading the floor. Montour gets dumped in front, looks up, wanted the moving pick call, but it's a goal down low for Dylan Goddard that ties things up, and Montour straight at Grant Speece. I think it's just the argument as Montour wears the C, but we've seen this act before from Tom Montour. We've also seen it from Grant Speece. As that's something that he doesn't take lightly. As there's the objection. Keep your eye on Montour in front. There's the battle, and Montour looks like he just lost his footing as he tried to backpedal. Goddard cuts through, takes the shot, and it gets in behind Lazor. 4.5 to play. We're tied again at 11. As Mike Atwood passes in for Ashton Jacobs. Jacobs still with it as he gets double teamed on the boards. Patrick McRory and Joe Wasson as it comes back up top. Harris again. Ball straight up, just bounced back to him. He's got 4. And a hat trick late here in the fourth quarter. Back to the face-off dot again. This time Mike Atwood and Mike Triolo, they rig around the Rosie. Picked up by Ken Aaron. Out of the reach of Cody McMahon. They want the over and back called, and they're still going to rule it still the face-off. Palmer Funkenhauser shaking his head no, as he is the draw official, is the technical man. From the outside, Masters with a peek behind. Oh, recovers just in time to stone Atwood again. Chris Atwood in front, up for Wayne Hill. 3.5 on the clock. The Demons bench screaming at their guys to use the clock. They're up by 1, 12-11 now. Trying to stretch it to a 2-goal lead. Those have been hard to come by here in this game as Atwood can't handle the pass, and 3 Turf Dog players break out, led by Josh Wasson, who has the ball. He's going to slowly bring it up over center. And now running in is Hopcroft. Hopcroft and print up. Here's Hopcroft. Up for Hogarth. Hogarth cutting in to the crease, diving there, and Lazor turns that one aside. Ian Martin into the corner to play for it. Took a bump, but he's going to come away with the ball. Into the triangle here as Hopcroft gives him a first bump. Now he slips in front of the Turf Dog bench. Hogarth right on him. Checks to see if he's okay after giving him a chop. And the ball rolls into the offensive zone, though, and Von Harris will slow things down. Jordan Thomas, Chris Atwood, he tries to bounce one through the legs of Chris Masters. It's not there. Atwood behind the net now. Looks for Thomas again, who was cutting in front. Bouncing it all the way back up top. Atwood and Von Harris becoming a quick powerhouse on that far side, and Winster Green finds a hole to the right of Masters, and it is a 2-goal lead with 2:08 to play now. Here comes the shot. And we're back to the face-off dot. Mike Atwood took a big run after winning the face-off. It rolls down for Joe Wasson, though, after the ball was knocked free. In the corner, here's Guerin on his wrong side. Corkscrew shot, Hogarth scores. Oh my goodness, 13-12, minute 47, as the Turf Dogs won't go away. Hat-trick for Hogarth. There's his numbers from last year, as he had a game, this season, at the start of this game. He just streaks to the middle. Like we said, becoming trademark Thomas Hogarth, cutting through the middle, going straight to the rebound, and he takes the shot and it goes through Hogarth. Final 3 possessions of regulation. Winster Green over the top. Green will get it back now, passes in front. Atwood on the crease. Shot comes in. And there's going to be a huge bump on the far side. Ball awarded to the Demons with 1:18 on the clock. Von Harris was walking up the boards away from the net, and as pressure came from Clover, cut back. Now stops, it goes around the horn. Chancey Johnson in the corner looking for Winster Green. Green's going to cough it up, dumps his man. McNulty looking for Triolo, and it skips away from him. Final minute of play. Masters was on his way to the bench. He's got to come back as Chancey Johnson comes through the middle. Quickly to Atwood. Back up for Kyle Jamieson now. Jamieson for Atwood. He's got room to shoot as Guerin steps up on him. Jesse Guerin looking for the pick. It comes from Montour. Montour to the ball. The shot and the goal. And what happened afterwards? Chancey Johnson looks like he may have dropped somebody. There's a Turf Dog hurt. Gear has gone flying from Masters. Chancey Johnson has grabbed someone. Now Montour after Masters. Johnson grabs the jersey of Joe Wasson, who seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time all the time, as it was Ben McCullough who gave it to Joe Wasson before, and it's Jesse Guerin getting up slowly. Trainer just now being let out on the floor as Chris Atwood exchanging words with Chris Masters. Kyle Jamieson and Masters chirping. Far from over here. We'll keep our replay machines recording here as we show you the goal. There it is from Montour, and now Grant Speece has tossed somebody as, welcome back to Seawax, Chancey Johnson. Tom Montour, mock applause as he heads off. And Matt Giles coming over now to maybe have a word. We'll see what the calls are here. I think Chancey Johnson will miss the last 36.2. They got to hold Johnson into the bench. He's still screaming at someone. It was actually Tom Montour on the way in who put the bear hug on Johnson and threw him in, and now the wave from Montour. We were considering him for 3-star. I'm pretty glad that we didn't put him on that list after this display, as we seem to see this a lot from Tom Montour. Steven Stamp and myself had the conversation on Friday night. No Travis Hill, no Roger Weiss, no Wayne Van Every, and used to seeing stuff like this from Tom Montour, the chirping, the late in the game, the pointing at the scoreboard. Tremendous amount of talent, but now that he wears the C, what's that leadership look like for the rest of this Ohsweken Demons team? Jake Henhock has the helmet on. We can tell you it's 16-8 out in Paris, as we'll get another look here at the goal. Tom Montour gets into the face. It's Masters that starts it with the punch, and then Johnson comes flying in off the fan straight into the back of Guerin. So Johnson, it was Masters into Montour, and then Johnson from behind on Masters. And again, there's a look inside the penalty box. Chancey, as I've been told, sitting to the screen left of Tom Montour, standing up wearing the C. Mark Farthing, Mike Miller, I guess, as one of the assistants, will go over for the conversation as Grant Speece gives the word. Looks like Montour and Johnson going to be shown the gate here. No big surprise with 36.2, so scrum in the crease in Paris. We get one here ourselves at the ILA in what's becoming a chipping week number 3. Again, week 3 will conclude here this evening. We're watching it back on our monitors. Montour scored, and stuff has got in the crease of Masters a few times here this evening, and he took exception prior to, and as Montour got a little close after the goal, he's shedding equipment. The trainer has gone to the room, it looks like, with Jesse Guerin. And Johnson has gone to the room, as has Montour. We'll have to get Diamond Jim Lowe to sort this one out. PA announcer extraordinaire. Last time we'll show it to you. It's 36.2 on the clock. Once again, 14-12 inside the ILA. Montour scores, and then maybe a bit of a forearm, and then he comes close to Masters, and there's the shot, and then there's Chancey Johnson playing, I don't know, big strong man coming in to the back of Guerin, who had nothing to do with that. Timeout called by the Durham Turfdogs, as they'll still try and sort this out. Jonas Dirks now to the open door as he wants They just announced the goal. Jonas Dirks wants the explanation. And Masters, I think, is going to come out of the net here. The net. He points to the cage and says it's still way off. It's actually pushed all the way back to the boards where it was from that scrum. Lazor will stay in. Henhock put the gear on, expecting, I guess, to get the call. But in the game as tight as this, 36.2. We'll see what happens. John St. John, as the in-home, goes to the box, as does it look like Jordan Thomas. I believe he's the in-home as well. And Matt Giles is blowing up on Grant Speece right now. What has been a quite entertaining game has quickly turned for what I would say the worst here inside the ILA. It ends up being a power play here for the Turf Dogs. They're quickly to the set. McNulty on the crease, up for Goddard. Goddard over the top, looking for Hopcroft on the crease. May have been in the crease from where we saw. And it'll bounce to Kenny Aaron. His sidearm shot the length of the floor. It bounces off the backboards. Wasson quickly now to meet it, though. 15 on the clock. Wasson up the near side for Hopcroft. Here's Hopcroft with room to shoot. Takes it into the logo of Jake Lazor, and he wouldn't let Wenster Green by. Green gave him a shot as another one gets iced. And Wasson from his own end will just rip a shot that'll go well wide. Not sure where it landed, but it'll be what ends up being a hard-fought battle for the Ohsweken Demons, who take the goose egg away from last weekend, 14-12. Ohsweken win here over the Durham Turf Dogs. What a game, start to finish. No lead higher than 2 goals. And that is the final margin of victory as well, as the Ohsweken Demons win. His standings as they played the first loss now of the season for the Durham Turf Dogs, as they continue to sit at 6 points. Barrie looks like they'll drop their game out in Southwest. Southwest and Ohsweken pick up victories, as Ohsweken had a couple more games played than that. They were at 1-3 coming in, but there is quite the logjam in the Canadian Lacrosse League standings, and 35 seconds ago, both of these teams wanted nothing to do with each other. They line up, they shake hands, and they head on their way. Our 3 stars of the game, as helped by you, the fans, on Twitter. Our 3rd star, Wenster Green, ends the game with, we've got him for 2 goals, 2 assists, and a great job on defense, as especially in that last push, was matched up with Derek Hopcroft, and we pegged him for our 3rd star of the game from the Ohsweken Demons. 2nd star, we look to the Durham Turf Dogs. A couple names that could have gone in this spot, but we go with another defender who had some scoring touch here as well. Cody McMahon, again, could have put Tom Montour in this spot, maybe Chris Atwood. Thomas Hogarth, after the numbers were in, got his 3rd goal, but Cody McMahon, a power play marker and an assist, and another goal added an extra assist as well. Our 1st star of the game. Down the stretch especially, it wasn't even on the list at the officials' timeout. Von Harris plays himself into our 1st star conversation. 4-goal performance, 1 shorthanded, 1 on the power play. Final score, 14-12. Game still underway out in Paris. Starting with Jason Crawford that just recently scored. 16-9 there as Barrie. Do they have another comeback in them? Our director has been Alexander Frazau. Our producer, Gary Morrison. On behalf of them and our crew and everyone in the Canadian Lacrosse League, I'm Matthew Carrick. We'll talk to you next week, ladies and gentlemen. Now to Spencer Tanguay in Paris, Ontario. 16-9 as we send you to the Southwest Cyclops and the Barrie Blizzard. Thank you for watching.
Selfishly passes that across east-west through the high slot area to find Brady Heseltine, who puts in his 4th goal of the game, I believe. Heseltine having a very excellent night here at Sillaps Community Center, makes it 17-9. With possession, Southwest goes to the far side. And now Patrick Miles just can't get a stick on it. Miles gets sent to the ground. Battle continues in front of the Barrie Blizzard bench. Whistle blows and we're going to get a stoppage. So Brady Heseltine gets his 4th of the night. Cody Ward and Jordan Dance pick up the assists. To work on their 6-on-5 game as they only have an 8-goal lead. Dance. Long fake shot that turned out to be a pass down low, and that's picked off, but penalties happening tonight as players shove each other as they go off the floor. But not much else coming from that. Off for the Barrie Blizzard in the penalty box is Dustin Carvello. So that was the final. They won, and they beat the undefeated Durham Turfdogs at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena, home of the Six Nations Rebels, Arrows, Chiefs, and Minor Warriors. So, power play now. 4-on-4 opportunity as the Southwest Cyclop player went off for a penalty. Penalties are hard to keep track of in tonight's game, as you'll need a lot of pens and a lot of paper to keep track of all the penalties. But really, all Mike's going to bounce it down the floor, and Matt Spanger's going to hold on to this one. That'll do it for tonight's game. The Southwest Cyclops get the victory and finalize the score 17-9. Tonight's 3-star selections are presented by JVI Video, and they're all coming from the hometown Southwest Cyclops. 3rd star and a fantastic night for Gage Board. Gage Board, number 7. He had a few assists, and he had the last assist, a beautiful, unselfish pass to go east-west. Fantastic performance from Gage.